Leo, okay, you can take that Three of Cups if you want to, but I am shuffling it back into the deck. I was just using that to position the camera. Alright, Leo, we've got your April 2025 monthly forecast, and it's not so much a forecast as it is just a general overview of the energy that you're going to be facing for the month, and for that you're going to be getting 5 cards. So we are going to, this energy just started with Gemini today, but I think you're actually getting them all out there all at once. And there will be a couple of other things that, a couple other cards that end up coming out, but right now we've got the first 5. So you're making progress, and you may be going back on some of the promises that you made. That's what I'm getting out of this Knight of Swords, going into the future. Because normally in the upright he is going back to the past. He is holding true to what it is that he said he was going to do, and even if the situation isn't the same, he is going to still hold true to his word, even if it makes no sense for them to be doing it. So we also have the Sun, Leo, and that is your card, right? So if you're going forward and making big moves right now, we are still in retrograde. We are still in retrograde right now, Mercury retrograde. Ensure that your communication is true to what you mean, and that you're not just acting on pleasure and what you want to do. There are consequences to your actions, and with the Ace of Pentacles, you may be moving toward money. However, you're not going to be able to do what you want with it because you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. You may be undoing some of this emotional progress that you've made recently. I want to say within the past 3 weeks to 3 months. So if you've been going to therapy during that time, if you've been doing any soul searching and trying to find some of your own answers, that may be what's going on. Remember that you went through these lessons, and you went through them for a reason, is to retain the information, retain the validity of how it is your actions, the consequences of your actions on you and those around you. And just because you got one set of problems, yeah, that's what this is. Just because you got one set of problems dealt with does not mean you get to redo them all over again so you can relearn the same lessons over, because you know what lessons you're going to have to learn. It doesn't work like that. A couple cards for clarification, and you may find that other people are building boundaries against you. Like they've seen you go to rehab, or they've seen you go through these emotional shifts, and it's not necessarily something they want to see you do again. There is a chance that you have been conquering some bad behavior, some things that have been not so great for you, getting over them, and then thinking that you're free and clear because you got over it once, right? It's not like it's a daily struggle to stay away from it, or to deal with anxiety and pressure and depression and all of that, and then, well, I'm done with it. Like, I don't have to ever go through that again in my life because I've done it once. And that's not the case. It's an everyday struggle, and next time you go through this and you start going through this process again where you hit a low point, you might not have as many friends waiting there to cheer you on at the end. They may be waiting to cheer you out, but it's just more of that, seeing what the consequences of your actions are, not just for you, but for other people. And I saw these, and I've been calling these bonus cards, but I do believe every sign has gotten at least one of these, and you've got 2, Leo. That work of getting over it, though, is a daily process. I do believe that you're at the point where you have to remind yourself that It's a good day right now, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay a good day. And then if it becomes not a good day, I can still turn it around at any point and make it a good day. Doesn't have to be a great day. It could just be an okay, we made it through day. There's nothing wrong with that. We've also got the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands, double eights. Yeah, so it is kind of reiterating the whole infinity pattern. You may have something in common with Taurus, whether it's your sun sign and you're watching your rising sign right now. That's the main vibe that I'm getting off of this. But go and watch Taurus and see if that helps you out any. But you could be trying to reconnect with someone who feels that you burned a bridge with them. And even though you're trying to make progress, it may be that you have a difficulty getting in touch with them. And it really does feel like this person has moved, changed their number, and may have even possibly changed their name. And that's why you're having an issue getting hold of them. It doesn't mean they had to legally change their name. They could have just gone through social media and done what people do sometimes, got a joint account with their significant other, or they have their last name and their first name reversed. So I'm not saying that you should necessarily be dealing with this person, or you should be reaching out to them, because that's going to be up to you, and you know the history between you two. And for some reason, I feel like this is necessary, so there could be a blockage of money, or the fact that one of you lacked commitment in this connection. And it could be important for you to acknowledge that. Yeah, because at first it was money, but then it's like, no, it was a lack of commitment that caused to a loss of money. And you may have started a project with this person, and it ended up falling through because you're like, yeah, I'll do that. It'll be great. We'll do this and that, and then everything just kind of fell through whenever you flit it off and soldiered forth on another idea, and almost expecting someone else to take the reins and do all the work and just kind of ask your opinion here and there. But I don't think that's what they were expecting out of you. It does look like you will be able to learn from failure and past failures this week, Leo, because it almost seems as though not this week, this month, because, and a lot of this may start this week, and then the rest of the month is going to be you trying to put the work in to contact people, having people contact you, doing some of that emotional work, which is over here with this Six of Swords, that it's almost as though you may be reaching out to people this month and asking them, what kind of effect have I had on you? What kind of effect did our relationship have on you? And it's going to help clear up some of this emotional baggage, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, and not everyone is going to be upfront. Some of these connections almost feel guilty for having let you put them in this position. And because of that, they're going to have difficulty admitting to themselves what happened, let alone verbalizing it to you. So be on the lookout for that. And I don't know which side of this that you're on.
This
Leah?
couch had my entire life savings of parts,
Oh, that was great. I don't know if you guys caught any of that. But anyway, Leo, even though you end up going through all of this month, it looks like you might be ending it with a pretty good laugh. So I'm going to leave that there, and you guys have a great month, and I will see you next time. Please be sure to like and sub and check back for the dailies.